shit myself on a plane and made it get delayed. This happened in either the late 90s or early 2000s. So my granddad got jiggy with another woman when he was on holiday once with a lady from Kiribati. Anyway, it produced a child, my aunt. Now several years ago my family decided that we would go and visit her in Kiribati. For those that don't know, it's on the equator. To get there we had to fly from Fiji on a tiny 50-seater twin-prop plane with one toilet at the front. Now being a kid with a lot of food allergies, I had eaten something that didn't quite sit right, mild case of food poisoning if you will. About half an hour into our flight, my stomach gives me that feeling where you know you won't stop what's coming, so I got up and went to the toilet. Halfway up the aisle all hell broke loose. I farted, which wasn't a fart, it was the beginnings of full-blown diarrhea. By the time I got into the toilet and locked the door, my undies were soaked, it was still flowing, I couldn't stop it. Now I was a good kid so I didn't want to block the toilet, so I threw my undies in the rubbish and unloaded into the toilet. However, the amount that came out plus the amount of paper I had to use ended up blocking the toilet anyway, and it stunk. Really badly. I would have been JN there for a good 15 minutes, meanwhile the entire plane started stinking of shit. I finished up and cleaned up best I could, but the toilet was done for, it was starting to overflow. I just slowly went back to my seat with the entire plane staring at me. Disclaimer. Back in the day there was a small amount of water with chemicals to flush with, much more than there is today. A blocked opening means there's nowhere for the poo to go, and no vacuum to suck the shit down because it's blocked. The more you press the lever the more chemicals get pumped in. With the toilet blocked, there's nowhere for it to go except overflow. Now imagine the amount of paper I had to use to block an airplane toilet, and that's why it was blocked. I had to tell my dad what I had done and he spoke to the flight attendants who had to try clear the mess of a toilet with the water starting to splash onto the floor. It was horrible. We finally got to Kiribati and the plane had to be grounded while they disinfected and cleaned the whole plane as it started to sweat as soon as the heat from outside came in. The plane was delayed for a good while. I only remember this as my dad brought it up the other day in convo. He thought I put my undies in the toilet which blocked it. I had to assure him it was all TP and shit.